Game 37 of the ICC Cricket World Cup 2019 is between Australia and New Zealand at Lord's. Now, Australia, of course, have already qualified for the semi-finals, becoming the first team to do so when they beat England here at Lord's a few days ago. Kane Williamson's Black Caps were unbeaten in the World Cup until their last match against Pakistan in Birmingham when they slumped to defeat. They need to win one of their remaining two matches to confirm their place in the semi-finals, and it's not going to be easy. Australia, despite already being in the Final Four, have said that they are not going to be tempted to make any changes, which means that Pat Cummins and Mitchell Starc, their two strike bowlers, are expected to play at Lord's. Starc, of course, is the leading wicket-taker of the World Cup, and Pat Cummins, while he has not taken wickets in clusters, in fact, he's gone two matches now without taking a single wicket, has looked good, and Australia do not want to even take the risk, as Aaron Finch said, of upsetting the apple cart and tempting fate. Australia, defending champions, have been resurgent in the World Cup based on the strength of David Warner, Aaron Finch, Steve Smith, and of course Mitchell Starc, the leading wicket-taker, as I said. It was here at Lord's a few days ago that Starc took 4 wickets to help Australia crush England by 64 runs and seal their place in the World Cup semi-finals. Australia have the advantage of playing here at Lord's on the same pitch. The pitch for the last match is the one that's going to be used for this match against New Zealand, and the fact that they've even been in London, where it's warmer than up in the Midlands, was one of the questions posed to both Aaron Finch and Kane Williamson at the pre-match press conference. Both captains chose not to really look into the conditions or the weather. It's expected to be very warm by England standards during the game, and instead both captains put focus on winning games of cricket. Now, New Zealand, as I said, need to win one of their 2 remaining matches, and these are not easy matches. Australia at Lord's, followed by England. Now, should New Zealand win one match, they will be through to the Final Four. Should they lose against Australia, and England lose to India, then that last match between England and New Zealand becomes a virtual quarter-final. New Zealand will also keep an eye on Pakistan, who need to win their remaining 2 matches against Afghanistan and Bangladesh to get to 11 points. A win for England against India will knock out Pakistan and also help New Zealand get through. That's how the Final Four scenario is shaping up. Now, New Zealand have not given a game yet to the leg spinner Ish Sodhi, and perhaps with Australia's batting somewhat susceptible against leg spin, there could be a chance that he gets a game. Who would go out in such a scenario? It could be Matt Henry, who's been bowling well off and on, but really in that game against West Indies was really taken for runs, and he did not bounce back all that well against Pakistan. At the top, they have a bit of a concern in Colin Munro's form, who, after scoring an unbeaten 58 in the first match against Sri Lanka and Cardiff back on June 1st, has not crossed 24. There's also Tom Latham, perhaps the poorest of New Zealand's batsmen in this World Cup, with 27 runs so far. He is, of course, their first choice wicketkeeper, but it could be that Henry Nicholls, who's not got a game yet in the World Cup, steps in and takes over the wicket-keeping duties at Lord's. Weather-wise, as I said, we're in for a warm day. Temperatures are around 33-34 degrees, which, of course, by England standards, is quite warm. Both captains are expecting a packed house. In fact, Aaron Finch spoke about how lovely it is to be in a place where the fans are turning out and supporting not just Australia, but every team that's played. And when the same question was posed to Kane Williamson, he spoke about the game against Bangladesh, which New Zealand won by 2 wickets, and how loud the crowd was. And then again, the match against India, which never happened. It was a washout at Trent Bridge. But Williamson mentioned how loud the fans were then. And of course, a few days ago in Birmingham, when New Zealand lost to Pakistan, he said the noise was deafening. Expect a good crowd here at Lord's on game day, and let's see whether the Black Caps can beat Australia to seal their place in the Final Four.